What is good, YouTube? Katana here. And today, basically, this is a sort of an announcement video for the 3v3 tourney, kind of just officially confirming it. Since I asked in my Discord, what do you guys wanted to do? And I also asked, on my YouTube as a community post, what would you like to see slash do in terms of a tournament, which was either the quote unquote best in A tourney or the 3v3 tourney. And I'm going to say the 3v3 tourney won in both votings. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, the way it's going to go is that no, it's not going to be like 2 weeks from now. I'm going to give people time for the fact that, right now there's still XP events going on in terms of maybe some people want to grind CP or things like that, and give people time to like actually collect their teams. Now, I'm not going to go over like every single rule in this video just because you're going to have to join the Discord to see further into the rules and more specifics. But know that the tournament, or quote unquote like the way the tournament's going to go, is basically, if you don't know or if you weren't around the time where the last 3v3 tournament happened, at least on PS4 and A, it's going to go somewhat similar to that effect, except it's the one that KOG, Shady, Helium, Despotic, it was that tourney. And it's going to have a similar effect to that tournament. You have your own team. The rule is simple in terms of how your team could be composed. No healers, no tanks. So all three of you have to be a DPS. Your group comp can't have the exact same class. So for example, you can't have 3 Magplars. You can't even have 2 Magplars. Can you have a Stamplar and a Magplar? Yes, but you can't have, anything of the same. Another thing about it is I'm not allowing defensive sets and no heavy armor. Now, you could wear 2-piece heavy, but in terms of fortified brass and impreg, you can't use that. And the reason why: fortified brass, impreg, beekeeper, and plague doctor. So no defensive sets like that at all that you have access to in Cyrodiil. And the reason why is because it's a 3v3 tourney, and since it's 3v3, the amount of survivability you can have without even using those sets, it's already great in itself. So just to make it so we're not there for literally 12 hours watching 3 people fight 3 people, and to kind of make it harder, that is why I'm doing that rule. In terms of skill bans and things like that, it'll be in the Discord, but that's just like a rule I wanted to put out there. And obviously, all these 3v3 tourneys are going to happen in Cyrodiil. Now, people might be saying, well, what about like scroll buffs and things like that? That's just something that in a tournament like this is sadly like something we have to just deal with, right? And there's nothing we can really do about that. If we did an IC, then it just comes too much of like, since there's only one Imperial City nowadays, there's a huge chance of being like interference and things like that. So we'd have to do it in Cyrodiil, and it makes it easier just so people don't cheat. And so basically, in terms of rules and sets you could use, all the other sets that are allowed in Cyrodiil you can use, just no defensive sets. But now in terms of your team itself, so for example, if I compose a team, right? Each team is required to have, you have your main team, implying like, say if your team is signs up as Reds, you guys have to be prepared to have a backup team, meaning like you guys have like all like your blues or your yellows ready, because either or, it doesn't have to be both, it just has to be one other alliance, just because in case if one alliance is like for whatever reason winning all of them, we have something to lean back on, so we don't end up with what happened in the past. So those are the musts when you sign up for this tournament and things to be aware of. And I'm giving you guys a month in advance to prepare, so there shouldn't be like that much of a hassle or an issue with that. I mean, there's not only alliance changes now, but there's literally an XP going on, like an XP event. So if you really cared that much, you could just level up a tune or something like that. In terms of gold, for right now, the first place team, each member gets 2 mil. So a total of 6 mil. Now, the day that I am going to pretty much have everything go down is gonna be May 1st, Saturday. Like, that will be the beginning of it. The way exactly how it's gonna work in terms of like, are we gonna have all the teams go at it at like just surrounding the area and go at it at once? No, it's gonna be in different sections of Cyrodiil and things like that. It's gonna be very low key, and it's not something I'm gonna be streaming just because of interference, like outside interference. It'd be too hectic, and so since to like avoid like outside interference and just a lot of hectic stuff going on, it's gonna be kind of something like isolated. And I haven't exactly figured out how I really want to do it in terms of isolation and stuff like that. But again, it's a month from now. So if you join the Discord and you're interested and you want to sign up and things like that, just join the Discord to stay updated in things with very specifics and details. The Discord will be in the description. Now, another thing I want to go over is in terms of judges and things like that. So I'm going to have 3 people judge that isn't me this time. And I mean, if I have volunteers, you could sign up to try to qualify to be a judge, but I do have qualification requirements for it because I don't want just any willy-nilly person judging. I want them to understand what they're looking at in the duel, and I basically don't want anyone too incompetent to judge the tournaments, the fights and stuff. And I would have done it, one person per fight, like one person judging per fight. But the only problem with that is if you have one person and they can't come to a conclusion by themselves, that's what you would use the second judge for. And the thing is, if I only had 2 people judging a fight, and there's a split decision between the 2 judges, you're not going to be able to come to a conclusion. So that's the reason why you'd have a 3rd judge. So that's inevitable. I have to have 3 judges for every fight. Now, the judges, it doesn't matter if they're different alliances or same alliances and things like that, but it's going to be a best 2 out of 3 fight. If you want to judge and you're interested in judging, also join the Discord. And again, I'm going to see if you qualify. You'll be going over the rules, the brackets, and all these things about it. Most likely everybody's going to have, so far this is the way I've been thinking about doing it, is everyone's going to have their own time of when they're going to fight said team. And then we just go from there. It's basically you're scheduled to fight, right? And it's just going to go out throughout the day like that. And, you guys post your little videos and things like that if you want to. And it's kind of like a fun little tourney. It's a low-key fun little tourney. And, again, this is on PS4 and A. So, people from other platforms, I'm sorry. You're just going to have to either look at videos when they get uploaded or something. But streaming it wouldn't be the best idea. At least I'm not going to stream it. If other people decide to stream it, they most definitely are open and welcome to stream it. So again, it's like Cyrodiil rules. Your team has to consist of 3 people. You can pick whatever teammates you want. I'm not assigning teammates or anything like that, so you pick whatever teammates you want. So you could, have a team with your homies or anything like that. Just be aware that your team has to have another alliance. Because, for example, what happened with the last 3v3 tourney that happened a while ago, the biggest problem was that nobody had other alliances they could go on to. Like, literally, for whatever reason, almost every blue team won. And since you just had a bunch of blue teams that won, you're just stuck there. The tournament had to get canceled because it's like, how the hell do you progress? So yeah, you have to have multiple alliances. But if you're interested in the tourney, you want to stay up to date with the tourney, you know it's a month from now, you have time to prepare for the tourney, to get a team together and all that stuff. And if you're interested in judging and things like that, just join my Discord. Let me know. Sign up in the appropriate channels. Let's just have a good time. I'm excited for this tourney. So if you're new to my channel, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Have a blessed day.